That's something I actually wanted to ask you about, because in your personal story, your father sacrificed so much to send you to a Catholic school. And was that a big decision to not send your kids to a Catholic school?
It was probably an easy decision. My husband's not Catholic, so that was a decision for us to not bring our kids up Catholic. Obviously believers, but not Catholic. But for us, we live by those Christian principles and values of looking after your neighbour, of service, that, looking after the poor as well. So even though you may, for some of our community, we're not as active in our churches as we used to be, particularly in our first generation, we're looking at different churches than the traditional ones. For us, it's just living those principles and those values and being able to serve our communities in different ways.
And do you do that in your culture as well?
Yeah, I wish it could be a bit stronger. So one of the probably I'd say perhaps a disadvantage is that having gone to a really good school in Auckland's North Shore, where there were very small pockets of Pacific people, is that I did lose my language. So my mother tongue is Samoan, but now I can't speak it confidently or fluently. I can understand it, but I don't speak it as fluently as I would like to. So for me and my husband, we're not strong in both the Samoan culture or the Māori culture unless we're with our families. So it's been quite a learning experience. And then what we've kind of come to the position of now in our older age, and after being away from our families for so long, is that actually we want to go back to that. We want to go back to solidifying that for our own family, because when we go back to Auckland to see our family, the children just love it, The good thing is they haven't lost their love of Samoan food or island food. They still love that, so I think that's just inherent. But it's something that we need to go back to and rediscover.
And I think that's a journey that a lot of Pacific people in New Zealand can relate to.
Particularly firstborn New Zealand. A lot of our aspirations are different from that of our parents. It's still the same struggle of keeping food on the table and paying the rent. But for a lot of my generation, we've now become professionals, or we want to run businesses, or we want to be the manager, or we want to take the tertiary education or become the tradesmen who now are sole traders. So different aspirations, but still rooted in those very core Pacific values of service, of looking after other people, and of care. So, yeah.